I want to believe that this issue of Galamsey should be handled with all the seriousness it deserves.
Indeed.
The issue of Galamsey is threatening the, good works that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration has chalked so far.
True.
So it's a matter of concern for us, members of the NDC and appointees of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration. Beyond every reasonable doubt, Galamsey has proven to be more of a canker than any good to our society. But for me, the question is, what have we put in place as mechanisms to fight the menace of Galamsey, and what are the results? I've always maintained that, look, we are dealing now with a generation that are results-oriented, what we call the Gen Zs, and what have you name you want to give them. They are result-oriented, and they don't care with, for them to hell with your long-standing views and perception, beliefs, and what have you. Results is what they are looking for. And if we tilt our discussion towards looking for results, I want to believe, and I'm not saying this just because I come here representing a political party, but I can cite examples of the likes of Erastus Asare Donko, who has been in the forefront of this fight for a very long time. The likes of Ken Ashigbe, who has also been at the forefront for a very long time. And I assess what they have said so far with regards to the ongoing Galamsey fight. It is encouraging to me listening to people like that, apolitical, whose concern is how to nip in the bud the menace that we are all facing today. So, listening to them, I get to, be encouraged all the time, because I have listened to the Ken Ashigbe, where he said, yes, the fight against Galamsey didn't start today, but what they are saying today is more encouraging and more positive than what they saw some time back. And the same with Erastus Asare Donko. On several occasions I've said that, and indeed, one thing about Erastus Asare is the fact that he consistently would present to the public what has been done in relations to exposés and reports that he's put forward. And he has said on several occasions that he is confident, more confident in this John Dramani Mahama NDC administration than the previous administration in the fight against the Galamsey menace. For me, what we can collectively say and agree is the fact that, look, the fight against Galamsey is a serious one. It is threatening our very survival in the only place we can live without passports since we are Ghanaians.
Very well.
And if that is the case, what do we do as individuals? Because Galamsey doesn't happen in a vacuum. It is certainly going on in communities with representatives and leadership of the communities, in most cases, involved. And that is what makes the fight very, 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 very difficult. I have, listening to the House of Chiefs, also make such claims that, look, some of their own people are, unpatriotically getting involved in this whole madness. The small-scale miners themselves and its association have had cause to complain that some of their members also veer off into this area. And so the whole thing is becoming murkier. And what we can do as a people is to collectively, I repeat this, collectively come together to assist in the fight. If we make it a fight for government and government alone, I don't think we will succeed. Except to say that I have listened also to Ken Ashigbe raised a very important subject of, firing DCs whose communities are involved in deeper Galamsey. I think it's one of the bold, suggestions that government needs to consider, because today is Konyaku. Tomorrow it could lead even up to the Wager Dam. I mean, because there are tributaries that the water must come from somewhere to get to Wager. I mean, one of the safest water we have today is the Wager Dam. And that one, too, if Konyaku is affected, you can tell that very soon it can affect the Wager Dam. And the consequences will be dire if we look on without doing anything about it. So I would entreat all. I mean, all stakeholders, I mean, the citizens, the communities, the leadership, political leadership, and what have you. I have maintained that, look, no matter what you get from this Galamsey, if you don't have water to drink, it means you are dead, because we are told that 70% of the human anatomy is made up of water. And if you are, I mean, discarding 70% of your whole being, you are just looking up to die, and a painful death, where the money that you might have accrued from the Galamsey activity cannot save you. So let's look at it from the point of view of the fact that, look, we are all going to contribute to ensure that at the end of the day, we nip in the bud the current situation, which will not help the progress of our great country, Ghana.
Alhaji, you mentioned two names, Erastus Asare-Donkor and Ken Ashibe. I'll come back to you on Erastus Asare-Donkor's impression of the president's response during the media encounter when a Galamsey question was put to him. But let me say good morning to Dennis and welcome him to the show. Dennis Miracles Abuaje.
Good morning.
Is aide to former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Good morning, bro.
Last week, what happened?
Let me congratulate Nazir. You know,
Dennis.
He came and he got to the juicy position. All of a sudden, his grammar, his English, his demeanor, everything is now, you know.
I know.
No,
he used to behave as such.
The Nazir we know 9 months ago. We're not talking about everybody should. But I'm happy. I'm very.
Attorney Cabo once told me, he said, when you are in opposition, you can be as irresponsible as whatever. And when you get the power, then you become responsible.
You see what it's wearing on him. Congrats.
Anyways, before I pick your take on
the two chief propagandists are the ones at the NIA. It's both Yaira.
I mean,
he's a tech person.
Propaganda. And then Naziru.
No, Yaira is not here, so...
He's watching.
Yaira is not here, so...
He's watching.
And indeed, he's delivering with
the NIA.
NIA is delivering.
All of a sudden, both of them are all, you know...
Very well. I just want to bring to your attention Erastus Asare-Donkor's response, or if you like, his own opinion regarding the president's answers to the question on Galamsey during the media encounter. Since you mentioned him, I'm reading from his Facebook. This post was made 6 days ago. He says the president, it's a very long text, but I just want to highlight a few things he says. The president did not inspire hope and urgency in the fight against Galamsey. He watered down on a very precarious situation, just as he has done always. His posture reflected complicity on the infractions on the ground and whittling down a decapitation to a broken arm. I totally disagree with him on the withdrawal of the IGP's men and accusing them of not knowing the difference between legal small-scale miners and illegal miners. It shows that it's either the president was ill-briefed about the situation on the ground, or he was totally clueless of what happens on the ground. Or maybe he's also joining the bandwagon of deliberate spinning of falsehoods in a bid to, in quotes, give the dog a bad name to hang it. I challenge the president to name a single licensed small-scale mining entity that is mining responsibly on the ground. This is what Erasmus thought about the president's answers to Galamsey.
Yeah, in reaction to the press encounter.
Yes.
I mean, and this is so specific indeed. He made mention of how questions were answered.
Yeah.
But then that's the media encounter. It's not the all in all. in the fight against Galamsey. There is a lot that has been done. I mean, the water guards that have been trained, the several initiatives that have been taken by the ministry and agencies under the ministry are there for everybody to see. And they're on the field. People are seeing the improvement. I have also heard him say that, I mean, some of the forest areas that were no-go zone even for the states because of how recalcitrant and, I mean, strong those in that area are. Today, the government has been able to fight and you know, move them from the forest areas they occupy. So clearly, if we want to judge from what we are seeing today and what we have seen before, there is some improvement.
Why has the airline not been repealed?
Well, the repealing of the airline has become so necessary today. Why? Because even the Minister of Lands and Forestry himself is pushing for that airline to be repealed. And that is what is working towards. You and I know that as we speak now, Parliament is on recess, and they need to come back and get all these things done. So in every area, at any angle that you want to discuss this issue of Galamsey, I maintain that the current government is doing much more in the fight against Galamsey, and all he needs is our support. We have seen how the media, everybody came together to support the ex-Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo NPP administration in the fight, and we realize how it ended. I mean, more of a fiasco than we expected. People were disappointed, seriously, as a result of what happened. But that is not the case today. You are seeing clearly some commitment on the part of government. You are seeing clearly some commitment on the part of regulatory bodies to ensure that we turn the tide. And that is exactly what we hope should happen.
Right.
And I have maintained that, look, this can only happen if we get the support of all. Now there is the need for the support of the people, because Galamsey happens in localities, in communities, and there are people living in those communities. Indeed, there are chiefs who have vowed that Galamsey can never go on in their area, and we've seen how progressive their communities are, and the chiefs who have allowed this to also happen, we have seen how destructive their environment has become, leading to some of the issues we are seeing today with the Konyako waterworks situation. Clearly, if you have a picture or a video of the activities at the Konyako waterworks, you'll be surprised that it ceases to be liquid to be more of a water to a liquid waste, where it's becoming thicker and thicker every day. And I wonder how you can even extract water from that mud that we have been supplying at the Konyako waterworks, expecting them to work on and supply water to the communities. It's a serious matter. Let us take it as such and then begin to collectively, the word, the underlining word, collectively come together to see how we will succeed in this fight.
Sure.